Sweet. There you go.
Hey guys, I am Niki Uhlenhake. I just wanted to come on and share a little bit about who I am, what I do. So I have actually been in the network marketing industry since March of 2018. I'm not with the same company that I originally joined with. I partnered with an e-commerce business. Next week will actually be a year that I've been with this company. And through networking is actually how I met Courtney, one of my coaches that I decided to partner with last fall, connected me with her, which was a blessing in disguise, especially being an entrepreneur. My husband is a business owner as well. And we really just needed that direction being in this industry, not knowing a lot about taxes. We always kind of felt the past 5 years that our accountants weren't leading us in that right direction, with guiding us in not knowing what we were doing. As W-2 employees, we both came from that previously. But this networking has been amazing. I work from home full time. I'm a homeschool mom. I have been. This is our second full year going into that. But I work anywhere from 3 to 5 hours a day from my phone in my sweatpants, and a t-shirt. And the blessings and the freedom that this brings is time and financial freedom. And ultimately, that is the reason that I stepped away from my salon business, or 9 to 5, if you will, was really just for the additional freedom that I realized networking could bring to a person, and really just have that time to really commit to yourself, to dive into who you are, what your purpose is, because the platform, the lifestyle that I was living before that was far too busy, and I never really had that time to dive into those things. And so I was just riding that struggle bus on a day-to-day basis, living paycheck to paycheck, working crazy hours. And I really just wanted to create a life by design. And so that's where I stepped back, decided to jump all in with networking. And it's been an amazing journey so far.
And so tell me, how did you meet me, or how did you find out about OTB Tax? And then can you tell us a little bit about what OTB Tax has done for you as a client?
Yep. So I met OTB, or Courtney, OTB Tax, through my coach that I had met last fall. And I really just wanted them to break it down and take a look at what we had going on, because when you're a business owner or a W-2 or an entrepreneur, whether it's marketing or home-based business of any sort, you really have to have a tax strategist in being able to guide you in the right direction. So we would always just go to someone and pay them, but they really didn't seem to be working for us. They just said, "Where's your numbers and receipts?" We would hand it over, and we were then told what we owed in taxes. We never had that guidance or education from accountants or attorneys or anyone that we had previously reached out to for more information. We always just seemed to hit a closed door and really didn't know how to research it on our own to even know what we were doing. So OTB Tax has allowed us the freedom of freeing up a huge deduction for us the first 5 minutes that we shared our previous tax return. There was a huge mistake actually done on our taxes, and we really liked the accountant that we were working with. There was nothing wrong with him. We just knew that there was more. And like I said, within the first 5 minutes, Courtney was able to find a really, really big problem on our taxes that was actually entered in as a profit. We paid tax on it when it was actually a loss. So that was when my husband really became a firm believer in knowing that we needed to make that switch as soon as possible. We needed our businesses to grow, not be driven into the dirt and the ground. And that is exactly where we were heading. So they not only saved us that first year from a massive tax savings that we needed to apply that following year, but they really just educated us on S corporations, hiring your children, things that we had never been educated on previously, that we had even asked about and been told not to do it because it was more work we were told, than what it would be worth. And OTB Tax literally laid everything out for us. They did all the footwork for us and guided us in that right direction to be able to set our businesses up for the future, versus, like I said, running it into the ground, which is where we were headed.
Awesome. And that's one thing, Nikki, we've literally had two people today that were told by their accountant that they did not need an LLC, so they shut them down last year. And one of them made $107,000 and one of them made, $40,000 net. And we see that all the time. It's just that, and exactly what you said is that your accountant said it was a lot of work, but they didn't say it was a lot of work on you. It's actually a lot of work on them. And so a lot of accountants don't give you the clear answer and tell you exactly what you should be doing because it puts more on them. It puts more accountability on them because we know as accountants that our clients are not going to process their own payroll. They're not going to process their own payroll tax returns. They're not going to file 1099s and W-2s and all these other things that are harder to do. And it's not something that we as accountants can make a lot of money off of. And most accountants would rather not tell you about those things and tell you to do those, just do the tax return and get in and out and not provide you with the tax strategy. So I appreciate you as a client. I want to, first and foremost, thank you so much for being, a cheerleader for OTB Tax and what we're trying to do here.
Yes, thanks so much, Courtney.
And we look, it's like, you look so much shorter than I do, but I think you're actually taller than me. So that's funny. All right. Well, thank you so much, Nikki.
Yes,
Have an
thanks,
amazing
Courtney.
day.
Have a great day. Thanks for having me.